top 25 real estate agents in the United States. So what exactly does that mean, right? What does that mean? The top 25. It means that I ranked way up high in my real estate company for the number of transactions closed and the number of sales in the year 2024, and the highest number of commission made in the top. What does that really mean though? For me, this is what it really means. It means that I've been able to help a whole lot of people in my community. And that is what matters to me most. When real estate agents call me up, and I get the call all the time, people are thinking about getting into real estate, right? And I think a lot of the times people think it's because it's easy. Listen, it's not easy. It's not easy. What's easy for me is building relationships with people, being honest with people, and making sure that the goal of the seller or the buyer is always my number one priority. People I think get into real estate sometimes because they think, number one, it's easy. They think it's good money, right? Those are not the reasons to get into anything. When my boys were growing up and they were thinking about what they wanted to go to college for, I said to them over and over and over again, do not go into a career because you think you're going to get rich. Because money doesn't buy happiness. Money will help your life maybe be a little easier. It might make you be a little happier, but it's not going to give you fulfillment, right? You have to do what's good for people and do what's best for people. And if you're in a people business, which almost any business is a people business, if you do what's best for people, then the money will come. If you do something that you enjoy doing, that you love doing, that you're passionate about doing, and you give it a 1,000,000%, and I don't give a crap if that's you pushing buggies at Walmart, or if you're working at McDonald's. Listen, I worked at McDonald's in high school, and I knew that that is not where I was going to be for the rest of my life. But I tell you what, every single day I was on that job, I gave it 1,000,000%. I worked at Sam's when I was in college, and I knew I was not going to work at Sam's for the rest of my life. But I gave it 1,000,000% effort. And if you give 1,000,000% effort to whatever you decide to do, then you will get good things will happen to you. I believe that, right? So I tell my boys, listen, my youngest was working at Starbucks last year before he moved off to college. You give it 1,000,000% and you be kind to people and you do the right thing and you work your ass off. Why? Because people are going to remember your work ethic. They're going to remember how you treated them. They're going to remember the person that you were. And one day, you're going to need that person that was your boss or bosses on your resume, right? So no matter where you are in life, no matter what you do, it is important to give it your all, to treat people with kindness and respect and dignity, and do what's best for people, and the money will come. So in real estate, for me, when I got into real estate, I got out of education on year 20 and a half because I had moved to the school board office and I was a technology supervisor, and quickly realized that I was surrounded by a bunch of people who were just counting the hours of every day and looking forward to Friday and hating their lives and doing just enough to get by. And it was a political nightmare. And I absolutely despised it. When I was in the classroom, I loved it. When I got into the school board office, I hated it. And I realized that when I got to year 20, I was going to figure something out. And so I got into real estate. And my God, has it been a godsend. Real estate for me has been an avenue where I can help people, I can visit with people, and I do not have a set schedule. So I just love it. I live and breathe it. I absolutely live and breathe it. And in fact, right now I'm on my way to a listing appointment in Eunice, and then I'm on my way to a closing after that, and then I'm on my way to an inspection after that, and it's a full day of real estate stuff. But listen, in any career, you absolutely have to love it. You have to thrive on it. You have to be good at it. You have to be willing to ask all the hard questions. 5.5 years ago when I got into real estate, I knew absolutely nothing. But I was not afraid to ask the hard questions and ask the same question to 5, 6, 7 people and see what that answer may be, because a lot of the times in real estate, it's just simply subjective. So top 25 in the U.S., listen, to me that means only this, that I have been able to help lots and lots and lots of people along the way, and that is what the accolades and the success and all the things are about. How many people was I able to help in 2024, and how many more people will I be able to positively impact in 2025? That's what I'm looking forward to. So if you are thinking about being a buyer or a seller or a real estate agent, or listen, if you're just not happy in your current job and you just want to call me and say, listen, how'd you start over? Because when I was 44 years old, which to me felt ancient, and I was in a job or a career that I was no longer happy doing, I had to make a hard decision. And starting all over and reinventing myself from scratch and not knowing one single thing about real estate, listen, it was scary. It was absolutely scary. And I remember thinking, who's going to buy a house from a teacher? Right? Because even though I had been at the school board office for 5 years, every time I talked to people, they'd say, oh, how's teaching going? People just thought I was still a teacher. So who was going to buy a house from a teacher? Who was going to let a teacher list their house? And so I had to work my tail off to prove that I could do it. And my first year in real estate, I spent so much money on marketing and advertising that I netted negative $2,000. I grossed 22 and I spent 24,000 on marketing and advertising and all the expenses and all the things that go into real estate. So if you're thinking real estate is something where you just go in and you get rich quick, absolutely not the truth. First year in real estate, I netted negative $2,000. And my goal the second year was to make more than I ever had as a supervisor, which was 78. And I did, I surpassed that. And the third year in real estate, my goal was to make more than the superintendent had ever made, because really I wanted to be the superintendent. And I was told that a woman would never be superintendent in Acadia Parish. That was 5.5 years ago. Thankfully today there is a woman that is the superintendent of Acadia Parish, and I'm so happy for her. But 5.5 years ago I was told that. And so my goal was to prove a point, and that was to make more than the superintendent had ever made, and I surpassed that. And then it just went uphill from there. And then I quickly realized it is not about the money, because the money will come. The money will come when you do what's right for people, and you do what is the goal of what the people want. So what does the seller want? What does the seller need? What does the buyer want? What does the buyer need? When you do what they want and what's best for them, the money will always follow. To me in real estate, it is about building lifelong clients. Clients who will never think about using anyone else, because I have done such an amazing job by them that 5, 10, or 15 years down the road, if they need to buy or sell again, I am the only name they think about because I have done such a good job for them. That is my goal. Not closing a transaction or closing a deal, but having clients for life. That's the goal. Y'all, it is Thursday in South Louisiana and the weather is phenomenal, and I'm about to lose you because I have T-Mobile and I'm going through the woods, so that's a thing. Y'all have a great day. Take care, and if there's anything I can do to help you, give me a call. I would love to have a conversation with you.